Hey everyone, it's BlueLizardJello and welcome back to Blue's base level Soulsborne challenge. We are here at the bonfire just outside of the forest, and off camera I did a few things. One, obviously you can see this door is open, so I did spend 20,000 souls with Andre to purchase the Covenant of Artorias in order to open this door, and I also did some PvP. That's right, some soul level 1 PvP. In fact, I actually didn't believe this was accurate until I was proven wrong in the comments and in the game. There is no upper limit for the Forest Hunter Covenant. So if you're doing your own Soul Level 1 challenge and you put on that Ring of the Forest Hunters, be prepared because you could be potentially facing people hundreds of levels above you. And I did. Now, if you're looking for that MLG PvP montage, just hold out a little while longer because it is coming. I'm just not done with it yet. But what are we doing today? Well, we have already completed this section except for Sif, which we won't be fighting until we have already completed the DLC. But today we are going to be going deeper into the other part of the forest. We are going to be killing the Moonlight Butterfly, collecting all the items around there. We are going to go kill Havel, mark my words, and hopefully, depending on the time, we're going to be going into the Valley of Drakes because there are a few items there that might actually prove to be pretty useful. But that is the plan. Now, the question is, what am I wearing? And what am I using? We have the hand axe, dagger, light crossbow, and the Kestis all upgraded to +5. By the way, just a quick note, I have looked up the pronunciation. It's not Cestus. I have seen Kestis and I've seen Kaistus. However you want to pronounce it is completely fine, but just know that Cestus is actually categorically wrong. Nothing on my head because of the weight requirements. I have black leather armor, crimson gloves, and the sorcerer boots. I actually think it looks rather dashing. As for rings, I currently have the blue tearstone ring and the ring of the evil eye, but I will be using the hornet ring once we actually go and fight Havel, because as you know, most likely, if you're not getting a riposte or a backstab, it is going to take forever and a half in order to take him down. Very, very easy on the consumables. I have my Estus flask and I have some charcoal pine resin, and that's about it. This should be fairly straightforward. Now, I was actually going to use the crest shield against the Moonlight Butterfly and actually block the attacks, but you know what? I decided, why not try to roll through it? Most of the attacks are fairly easy. One of them can be a little bit scary, so we're going to see exactly how we do when we get there. But enough of that. I think we need to continue on. Here we go. So right down this pathway, we're going to have a little section off to the right, and one of the, well, I won't call it notorious, but very hopefully obvious traps. You can see this small circular room with a shiny right in the center, and since we've already experienced the little tree fellas, the little mini Ents throughout the forest, you can see there's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. Fortunately for us, we actually don't have to wait for them to pop up. We can just deal with them in the ground. Easy peasy. Oh, okay. Maybe not as peasy as I had led to believe, but yeah, unfortunately there is some iframes when they're actually spawning up out of the ground, but there we go. And we just get a large soul of a nameless soldier, and then we're gonna get a couple of moss clumps, of course. There we are. And now we're gonna go through this fog gate. There are a number of fog gates in Dark Souls that actually do not lead to bosses, so you don't always have to be too concerned. And here we're going to fight some enemies that they're not too bad if you fight them one-on-one. If you pull more than one at a time, or if you have Ents alongside them, things can get messy in a hurry because they're going to use Tranquil Walk of Peace. This spell, this miracle, when cast, makes you walk very, very slowly. I don't know what the numbers are, but it basically artificially inflates your equip load, so you just can't move nearly as quickly as you could before. Also, suspicious looking tree that kind of just stands out. Also, if you notice, it's alive. I mean, okay, trees are, I guess, alive? I don't know, it depends on your definition of life. I guess it's not truly alive. Anyway, I digress. That tree is clearly able to move. Let's just put it that way. It is modal. Although, very interesting, there are some trees that can actually move. Did you know that? There are trees that, based on the light and the precipitation, can actually travel several meters in the course of their lifetime by extending their roots and slowly kind of, well, not really dragging themselves along, but just extending their roots and growing in that direction. Very, very interesting. Anyway, interesting to me. What am I even saying today? So, right there, we have a Stone Guardian, and there are a number of them here. But before we tackle them, it is going to be best if we actually skirt around and kill as many of the Ents as we can before we awaken them, like this guy right here. Wow, the difference in the one-handed damage versus two-handed, even on the hand axe, is very, very striking. So we got him, and the reason you especially want to take him out is because this little path down here, we have this unique, and I do mean unique, he doesn't appear anywhere else in the game, this little lizard guarding the partisan. If you come in here and you try and grab that before you kill that guy, he is going to trap you, and you could be in a little bit of danger. Now you also, I love the look of this lizard. I actually wish they used him more often, although he's rather serpentine in nature, isn't he? Interesting. Maybe primordial serpent descendant? I don't know. Anyway, kill him. Oh, he's still not dead, huh? But now I can target you. So I'll just deal with you with my crossbow. Perfect. Oh, I didn't drop. He can drop an egg vermifuge, but it's not terribly common. There's the partisan spear class weapon that we won't be able to use. Probably unsurprising enough. And let's see. Okay, there's another Stone Guardian there. Do we want to go fight him next? I haven't actually planned this route out exact. Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. There's a second lizard. He is unique. He's unique to this area, but not unique in that he only has one. My sincerest apologies. Egg vermifuge? No egg vermifuge, which is a shame. Not that I really need it, but you can trade it with the crows. All right, here we go. Let's fight this guardian right here. You can attack them just as soon as they're upright. And here he goes. He's already casting Tranquil Walk, so you can see, look how slowly I move now. Now you can roll, but your walking speed is drastically reduced. Oh, just kidding. You can't roll. I was just outside of the range. No, okay. This is a problem. All right, looks like the spell wore off. So now we're back to rolling. Luckily, they don't have as much health as you would think they would. Well, that was fast. Right. Well, that just happened. And now, unfortunately, if you die down there after you've already triggered or dismantled this ambush, now all three are actually going to be up and about, which makes it just a little bit more dangerous, potentially. I could use the crossbow if I wanted to just attack them from range, but I think if I can just get this guy pulled. All right. Deal with you. Oh, gosh. Luckily, Ring of the Evil Eye should do a decent enough job at topping me back off. All right, I'm going to kill this guy just to take more damage, apparently. That has such a lingering hitbox. Because I've actually been playing around in the forest for quite a bit lately, I have noticed that rolling through that is very, very tough. There's a very long, lingering hitbox. Well, that was an unnecessary and embarrassing first death. Hopefully we can rectify that this time around. There we go. Deal with you. Now I'm going to head right back to that Stone Guardian, the one that killed me. Pick up my souls. Yes, these guys do respawn, so if you are trying to farm the Egg Vermifuge, go right ahead. All you need to do is rest at a bonfire. All right, you. We have unfinished business, you and I. Okay, got him to about half, and now I'm going to get out of the way. Wait for this Tranquil Walk to actually wear off. Uh-oh. Nothing I can do there. Heal. Come on now. All right, I think it's completely gone. And can we finish? How about one more? There we go. Now there are a few of these guys. There are a few of them. Now we did actually already grab their armor too. If you remember, you can pick this up behind one of the stone buildings just outside of where Alvina sits. And that is the same armor that these guys wear, the Stone Guardian armor. All right, let's actually not even get affected by that. Now, if I remember correctly, just because you're outside of the range when he casts it, if I get close, yep, you can see, still get affected, even though you're outside the range when he cast it. Oh my goodness. So slow. So slow. They don't have much health, so if you have a stronger weapon than, you know, a hand axe, you should be able to kill them actually before they even cast that, which is definitely the preferred method. And, oh, come on. One more. But we're not done yet. There is an armor set in there that we do want, but it is going to be a little bit tricky. There's another guardian, but this is where the other ents are going to start coming into play. All right, you can see one a little bit just beyond him. Oh, you are not casting Tranquil Walk. Normally, they will start with that, but this guy is deciding to do things just a little bit differently. All right, luckily we got it out just in time. And yes, if you do kill them, even if you're affected, it will dissipate. You know what? Do I have any fire bombs I could use here? Well, let's see if I can get this guy's attention without getting the stone guardians or the other ents. There we go. That works for me. And tell you what, let's miss apparently with the crossbow. Try again. There we go. 149 damage for a +5 light crossbows. Not too bad. But definitely not going to be able to get that guy without pulling the others, so 6 fire bombs. How is my free aim? Let's see. Ooh, pretty good actually. Excellent. Now, can I get one and not the other? Yes. Oh, I wasn't sure if they were actually tied together. That's good. That is useful. Come on, come this way. Get away from your friend there and the other end. I know there's at least one more. How many damage do I do to you? 30? Eh, it's not bad. All right, let's just play this safely. We'll just pelt you with some crossbow bolts while you are slowly trudging towards us. Now these guys can drop that shield, which is a very heavy shield, but it has an immense amount of stability. Oh, crud, no. I thought the Tranquil Walk had worn off. No, that's not an Estus. Okay, back off, be better than this. Blue Tear Stone is in effect. Not really gonna save me though. All right, just get in there. Oh, dearie me. Uh-oh, please no. Oh, we got his great sword. Not his shield, but we did get the great sword. That's actually not a very common drop. In fact, I think that the shield is slightly more common than that. I'm gonna actually show this off just because many people might not have actually been able to see this, but check this out. Physical and magic damage, it is split, and it talks about the Darkroot Garden Stone Knights. Pretty cool. Same magic which created the Stone Knights is imbued in this sword. So, wait a minute, hold on. Did that actually say that it has a special attack? Oop, didn't actually mean to try and equip it. Unleashes power by wielding the sword with 2 hands. Sure enough. Well, that's cool. I actually didn't realize that. But look at the requirements. 40 strength and 10 dexterity to wield. Yeah, unlikely to get that accomplished on a soul level 1 character. Oh boy. All right, grab this moss, whatever it is. Ooh, blooming, excellent. Not that we really need it, we're done with Blighttown. Now here is where we may unfortunately pull both the Ent and the Guardian, but let's see if we're careful. Nope. Oh gosh, 2 Ents and a Guardian, right. Well, that is definitely gonna warrant a heal, and possibly just the throwing of fire bombs or the shooting of crossbow bolts. Yep, here comes the Ent, so I'm not gonna be able to fight just one. Didn't kill you, but that did, and looks like the other tree person stayed behind, or he's coming, but very slowly. Might be able to break his aggro, though. And are you going to cast? Oh, here we go. Back up. And crossbow. There we go. We are, I would say, relatively safe at this point. There goes the Tranquil Walk. Perfect. Back up. This is good. This will be the remainder of the enemy just for this area. We can actually go fight the butterfly, which we will after this. And then we just have a small section behind that ominous-looking tree. Oh, no. It's still going. I tend to, apparently, underestimate just how long that lasts. And finish. Perfect. We are done. Now, I did bring the crossbow for the butterfly. If you fought the butterfly before, then you know he has a tendency, or she, I don't really know, it has a tendency to stay up in the air for far too long and just pelt you with magic spells. My goal is to do some damage with the crossbow while the butterfly is flying around. There's the Elite Knight set belonging to anyone from, or the Elite Knight from a store, including Oscar. But you'll notice that in future games, such as Dark Souls 3, we'll see that armor again and again. Of course, it is worn by the one and only Anri of Astora. Very popular NPC from Dark Souls 3. Now, I am unfortunately dead. Well, I'm hollow. Not really dead. I'm the undead. But if you are human, right here... Oh, shoot. Wait a second. Do I want to summon Beatrice? No. No, we won't summon Beatrice. Beatrice will actually make the fight too easy. Too easy. But if you're human, you can find her sign right behind that little shrubbery if you need some assistance. Now, I also might be able to lob some fire bombs at the butterfly. I don't actually know if you have to free aim it, though. But, let's see. Butterfly, where are you? There you are. And let's try to lead with a firebomb. See if that can hit you. Not quite. How about some bolts? And what we got? Oh, that one can do a lot of damage. So far, not so good. 94 damage on a crossbow bolt. And that's only if we can even hit it. There's a hit. That's actually the attack. It'll do a lot of damage, but it's definitely easier to dodge, in my opinion, than the little... Oh, those little bolts. But crossbow's doing an okay job. If we can just get him to land... Oh, he's landing now. Go, go, go. Oh, I meant to use some pine resin. Yeah, that's not much damage. Do just a couple more hits and then back off. And next time I see him going to land, I am going to... That's interesting that it makes that little clink sound like he's actually wearing armor. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm not sure where that went. There we go. Now you can use this archway to hide behind if you need it. But it often means that he will then just fly to the other side. Okay, I wasn't actually expecting it to go that well. I thought we'd actually have to have the butterfly land a few times, but there we go, Moonlight Butterfly. Ranged attacks are going to be your friend. It is possible, as you saw, to do it with melee, but the problem is it is just a waiting game. I highly recommend, if you're going to do it melee only, use a shield that has high magic defense, like the crest shield that you get from Oscar when you go back into the asylum. But otherwise, just roll around like a madman. Or a madwoman. We get the Watchtower basement key and the Divine Ember from this statue. Now, this was actually... Oh, and a Homeward Bone. Now, this, from my understanding, was actually going to be another blacksmith, but instead, they just decided to make him a stone figurine. I'm not really sure. I don't know why that decision was made, but anyway. Stone Andre. Also, really, really weird effects here. When you break anything up here, it just travels. I have no idea why. It's happened in every single playthrough I've ever done. It is repeatable. It just slowly makes its way down. I have no idea what the lore implications are. It's not really, it doesn't seem slanted, does it? At least not enough for that to just travel like that. Anyway, let's move on. We have more to accomplish in this episode, so let us persevere. We need to get another ring. We need to get the Wolf's Ring, which will increase our poise, which at base level isn't really that effective, but we are going to do what we can with what we can. Let us see. So I'm pretty happy with the current loadout still. The dagger we are not going to be using until we get to Havel, because it's just not going to be effective against anything I can't backstab or riposte, which none of the enemies here in the forest can be. Well, you can do it with the NPC hunters in the actual forest near the Forest Covenant, but as far as here with the Stone Guardians and the trees, there's nothing you can do. Oh wait, I don't think I went far enough. No, there it is. Nope, wait, what? How did I just get so turned around? I'm just looking for that mobile tree that we need to destroy. And actually, have you moved away? You have. So this thing does move around quite a bit. In fact, it can get to the point where you'll find him over here. So I don't have any need to kill it, but hey, souls are souls. No, wow. A lot more health than I remember. In fact, I think you have more health than the Guardians had. And there we go. 180 souls, not exactly a necessity, but hey, it's in the way, right? And actually, I got a little bit of health from that, which is nice. Ugh. Another enemy that only appears here in the forest. These strange frog manta rays. I don't really know what to call them. The nice thing about them is they have a decently high drop rate of green blossoms. So this is something you can farm pretty easily if you are willing to spend some time here. I recommend range attacks if you can, because their little tongue attack, and yep, I could actually just go by you, but leave no stone unturned, no tree unchopped. But their little tongue attack has quite the range, and just like the trees, they do have some lingering hitboxes, so you might find yourself dodging at the right moment and still taking some damage. Not to mention, getting surrounded means you're just going to be ping-ponged back and forth a number of times. So what I like to do in this first area is actually skirt the perimeter, because over by the stone rubble, or near the stone rubble, you can see him over there, there is one of the stone knights. I definitely don't want to fight him alongside any of these little frog manta rays. I have no idea what the official name is, by the way, if they even have one. If you guys know what it is, please let me know. Oh, careful, back up. There's the tongue, and now I have 3 of them on me. Ooh, this would actually be probably a good opportunity to, well, I was gonna say I thought maybe I could hit both of them at once, but apparently not so much. Those 3 are dead. They also have one of the lightest bodies. If you want to play with some ragdolls, they just get flung like nobody's business, which can be a problem because that one you can see does have a shiny. So if I were to run at it, there's a good chance I'm actually just gonna fling that corpse right over the edge. But there you go. Just like I said, some green blossom. Kill that one. And I thought more jumped up. No? I really did. All right. Get the soul item, get another couple of green blossoms. Excellent. Now it's time to just go fight this guy. You know what? I'm gonna try some fire in this since I didn't use any in the fight against the butterfly. Not too bad. Not too bad. A little bit of bonus damage, but they have some really, really high resistances across the board. So I'm not really surprised I didn't get that much extra damage. Oh my goodness, that hitbox. And no, please. Oh gosh. I got lucky. And I really, really should be healing here. I'm gonna regret it here in a second. Oh boy. Yeah. Why did I wait to heal? There's no good reason. No good reason whatsoever. Oh boy, I am playing with fire. Get it? My weapon's on fire. My jokes today. I don't understand. It's like I just became a father all of a sudden. And definitely gonna back up. We are too close to finishing this section for me to risk another pointless death because I didn't give these guys the distance they deserve. So we'll just wait. We'll just casually saunter. Oh, oh. Try and lock on. There we go. All right. Okay, good shield usage. He's got some good stamina management. I appreciate that. And, all right. It should be gone. Don't love fighting in this corridor. And one more. There we go. So that should be the final enemy that we need to deal with in the forest. I believe, unless there's one more. There might be one more knight at the top. I don't think so. I think we are done. Yeah, that is it. Perfect. So we get the Wolf Ring. Now, boys, in Dark Souls, I don't want to say it's broken, but it can be abused to no limit. If you stack poise, you can become an unmovable wall, especially in PvP. If we take a look at this, I think it adds 50... Something just died. I think it adds 50 points of poise, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. 40 points. Okay, 40 points. That's pretty significant. I can go from 0 to 40 poise instantly. Stack on some armor that actually has its own poise built in. You're not going anywhere. Nowhere. All right. Now, if I'm not bad about this, I can... Ah, yes, perfect. I can make that jump. Now, because I only have 3 Estus, I am going to go and rest at the bonfire, but now it's time to start making our way over to Mr. Havel, or at least one of his warriors. It depends on what you believe. Me, personally, I actually am not so sure that it is the real Havel. Oh, come on. Also, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but the PC edition of Dark Souls does have an issue where if you exit out of the menu too quickly when you sit at a bonfire, it can actually lock your game. So I always recommend wait for the fog to settle before you actually try and exit. Otherwise, you could lock your game up. And you have to then Alt F4. You can potentially lose progress, although I never have. Just better safe than sorry. You can see that lingering hitbox yet again. I do feel like I had successfully rolled through that, but the game had some other ideas. Maybe it's just I'm rolling a little bit too early. That could be. That could be. All right, so in case you're just wondering exactly where we are, that way is going to lead back to Andre. This is going to lead to the Darkroot Basin where we fought the Hydra. But if you remember, that tower just right over there is where we're going to be headed because we tried to go there before and we did not have the key. Oh boy. Sometimes it's been so long since I played this game that all the details of all the other games, they just kind of run together and I can't remember what's what and where's where and ugh. Well, you guys probably get the idea. So a couple of you have mentioned that you have done your own Dark Souls Soul Level 1 challenge, so I'd be interested to hear, did any of you have your own restrictions? Did you guys actually say you can't use pyro, or you could only use such and such weapon? I'm curious. I mean, Soul Level 1 is already challenging enough, but I wonder if any of you are, well, masochistic enough in order to impart any additional challenges on yourself. I'd love to hear it. Put those stories in the comments below if you do have any. All right, golems did not follow. Havel, or at least a follower of Havel, is right behind that door, so I am going to now put on the Hornet Ring. I'm going to keep the Blue Tearstone Ring, just because Ring the Evil Eye is not going to do me any good, but Blue Tearstone probably isn't either. And, oh boy, I'm a little bit nervous about this because I haven't practiced parrying him in a while, so we may end up going more for backstabs than anything else, but we're also going to go for the Kestis parry. I believe this has the same window as, say, like the Buckler, which is what I'm used to, but I'm not entirely sure. Charcoal Pine Resin for some extra damage, and... Oh, Havel, you are way, way too close. All right, let's try it. I'm not going to get more than one chance. There it is. And what kind of damage am I looking at? I was going to say 20. That's not enough. No, 200 damage. That's not terrible. But we have to do this perfectly. every time. That's not bad. I'm gonna try and see if I can get a chain backstab on it just to see what kind of damage I do there. Oh, maybe not. Come on. Oh, I actually thought I went a little bit too early there. Getting the ring from him, though, is going to give us a lot more options as far as the armor that we can wear and still get our fast roll. Because when I was going through making this character or this build today, I was a little bit disappointed that it felt like I had already... Oh, that was definitely too early. I felt like I was already starting to run out of ideas as far as what I could use and what I could wear. Which is a shame because we're not exactly done yet. All right. Just one more. Please don't mess it up now. And there it is. And that is how you kill Havel at soul level 1. Okay, there's a lot of ways that you can kill him. You can even get him to fall down, which isn't as easy as it sounds, and it takes a long time, but if you're not comfortable with parrying or backstabs, that might be your best option. But we finally get Havel's ring. Now let's take a look at this, not just from an equipment standpoint, but from a lore standpoint. This ring was named after Havel the Rock, Lord Gwyn's old battlefield compatriot. Havel's men wore the ring to express faith in their leader and to carry a heavier load. This is why I'm not so sure we just fought Havel. The ring was named after him, and his men or his followers wore the ring to express faith in Havel. It doesn't actually say Havel himself wore this ring. I'm not so sure that Havel did actually wear Havel's ring. Take from it what you will. If you believe that's Havel, hey, I have no problem with that. None whatsoever. But given that description alone, I am just not so sure we just fought the real one. Now, the only reason I'm actually coming up here is just to show you exactly where this comes out if you're not sure already. This tower is actually the one that we climb in order to get to the Taurus Demon. That hollow right there is going to kick the Flaming Barrel down, continue upstairs, goes to the Taurus Demon, and then to the Hellkite Drake Bridge. And that's how the world of Dark Souls works. And this is one of the areas where people truly praise the level design in Dark Souls 1 above any others in the Dark Souls series. When you open up that door and you peer out onto the Undead Burg, there's just this feeling of completion and of connection that you often don't get anywhere else. It's a rather remarkable feat that they were able to pull off such a connected world and do so in such a meaningful and insightful way. At least that's how I feel. That's how I feel. So we are now done with the Darkroot Forest and Darkroot Basin. We have killed Havel, we've killed the Moonlight Butterfly, we've left Sif because, yes, we are going to wait until after the DLC so we can get that little mini cutscene. So next, we do have time. I guess we're going to go through the Valley of Drakes and, we're going to suffer. We are going to suffer. The Valley of Drakes is hard at any level. I believe so, at least. And I don't know that I have enough gold pine resin to make it all that much easier, to be honest. But we will do what we can with what we have. Did I go too far? Yep, oh yeah, I'm at the top. I'm at the very top. I completely missed the path that we should have taken in order to get to the actual Valley of Drakes. And in the Valley of Drakes, yes, there are some really cool pieces of equipment, although I don't think I'm actually going to be using them on this particular character. Silverina's brother, that you haven't seen in quite a while, he will be utilizing at least one of the rings there. Most certainly, because if you want to see the true potential and power of the Soul Level 1 character, you need the Red Tearstone Ring. And the Red Tearstone Ring in Dark Souls 1 is far, far more effective than any of the versions that we see later on. It is just absolutely amazing what you can pull off with that ring. And a lot of people, unfortunately, because it has been watered down in Dark Souls 2 and in Dark Souls 3, they cry foul. They cry, you know, that it was too much of a nerf. But really, when you see the power of the Red Tearstone Ring in Dark Souls 1, yes, it is a heavy risk because you have to be at such low health, but the power output is just absolutely incredible. And you know what? Because I don't anticipate getting this first try, I will go ahead and send that right back up. Here we are, Valley of Drakes, and there are, let's see, 6 drakes, I believe, to deal with, all of which can drop dragon scales. So if you're looking to farm dragon scales, this is the area to do it. They don't have a very high drop rate, but what is going on with my ankle? That looks terrible on both ankles. That looks terribly uncomfortable. Ugh. Anyway, this is where you're gonna want to farm for those scales. Oh, you are already on it, huh? I want to see what kind of damage I do without gold pine resin. 22. That's going to take a little while. Oh, target, please. I want to see what I do now with a crossbow. 38 is not bad. Uh-oh. I think I've miscalculated. I really don't want this to become just a corpse run in order to try and get all the items in Darkroot or in the Valley of Drakes, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. And they don't just have their lightning breath, they can actually do some melee damage. So I'm gonna have to be careful with that. Oh, yep, and that flyover can be really dangerous. Look at that damage. Now, if you want to actually fly off, I am not going to be overly disappointed. I have seen them fly off the edge before. And, I mean, I really should be trying to use some gold pine resin. No, 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 don't you be flying down there. I cannot take more than one at a time, that is for sure. Alright, let's see what damage we do with lightning equipped. That's not bad. Wow. Even just that bite attack is almost enough to one-shot. Oh, no way. Range for days. There was a good stagger. Another good stagger. Okay. The R2s aren't so bad. That's unfortunate. And you know what? I just realized that I don't even have the Ring of the Evil Eye on. Not that it's going to do that much good, but it's going to do better than the Hornet Ring, which is doing precisely nothing for us currently. All right, almost got one, and... oh, I thought you were going over. I really did. And what are you even landing on? That's some witchcraft right there. Without gold pine resin, this is taking a while. I might actually have to speed up some of these fights. I wonder if these guys can be bled, and if I should be using the Morning Star. Might try that on the next one. All of that work for him to fly over? I'm not so sure I'm actually okay with that. All right, tell you what, let's actually use... let's get rid of the Hornet's Ring. Let's use Havel's. And then let's switch out the hand axe for the Morning Star. And yes, I can definitely still fast roll. All right, let's see if we can bleed a Drake. I'm not sure whether or not you can. Well, that was complete foolishness. Don't like your positioning. 31 damage, not very much. Really good stagger potential, though. But I'm just curious if I can get a bleed to proc. That could make all the difference in the world. If you want to fly off before I've done very much damage to you, I won't argue. It's a little bit slow, though, and he does have plenty of chances to fly away, sadly. Watch the lightning. Well, no bleed yet, but I didn't expect it to be quick, if at all. Oh, there's a bleed. All right. And now, oh, am I? And no. Now I know. I really should be healing now. I don't know why I'm not. Guess I'm just playing a very dangerous game here. If he bites me, I'm dead. And there's the bleed. All right, good. Now I know. Very, very effective. In fact, if I put gold pine resin on, I might be able to kill them relatively quickly. All right, careful. There is the brigand set and another spider shield. So if you actually start as a brigand, you can get 3 spider shields in a single playthrough. Kind of overkill if you ask me. No. I need you on this side of the bridge, so please do continue coming this way. Please. I don't want to fight all... No. All right. I need you to follow. Continue following. I will pull you as slowly as I need to. Come on. I don't want to cheese you. I have no intentions of cheesing you. But now you're going to make it so I have to, don't I? Come back. What? No, come back. Your leash can't be that strong that you're gonna let me hit you. What are you doing? All right, this is bad. This is a really, really bad position to be in. Especially because if I have to roll sideways, I can very easily roll right off the bridge here. That was a good bleed, though. Good bleed. All right, Morningstar. I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised by you in this situation. I mean, it makes sense. They're living creatures. They should be able to be bled, but it's actually not even that difficult. All right, we are running really low on Estus. But we've killed 2 out of 6. We're a third of the way done. Free aim? Yeah, free aim. Again? Oh, where am I even aiming now? Come back. No. And that's it. That's it. Oh! I didn't want to give him the satisfaction of the kill. Okay, I have no intention of making you suffer through all of the fights again, but I do want to see how quickly I can kill them when I actually equip lightning resin or gold pine resin on the Morningstar. Wow, pretty quickly. In fact, if I'm fast enough, I might be able to kill a second one before this one even runs out. Well, inadvertently I can. Uh-oh. Nope, just one. Just one, please. Oh, that is a dangerous game. Playing. Never mind. I've killed enough. It's time to climb. Go. We're down to 2 over here. I have killed 3. There's still 1 more. You can actually see him over there in the background. But this just... Oh, no. This just isn't worth it. There's the red tearstone ring. Not really sure how we're getting out of this situation unless I use a homeward bone. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dark Souls doesn't actually have a way to drop off of ladders, correct? Ooh, you know what though? You do have a way to slide. Oh. And no. Oh my gosh, I think I made it. I think I made it. You know what? Killing 4 out of 6 is gonna be good enough. It's gonna be more than good enough. Oh boy, all right. We still need to kill one more, and then there's just the case of that Undead Dragon, who shouldn't be too bad. Oh man, this guy though, he's gonna be a right pain. There's very, very little room to work, and I have no Estus remaining. What was that? I thought you were about to go off the edge. Oh. No. 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 I could use a humanity to heal. I don't want to if I don't have to. I am gonna play a game here that I cannot win. Okay. Oh, no. No lightning. And that's how you do it. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Oh my goodness. I don't know why he just did what he did, but you know what? Thank you. Thank you, Drake, for making my life just that much easier. Well, now it's time to go cheese this Undead Dragon. I will get some regular hits in, but understand that killing this guy with anything but range is just an exercise in patience. Patience is something I'm quickly running out of in this episode. If you haven't noticed, oh, those drakes kill me far too many times. So this Undead Dragon, he is guarding a few items, most of which you can actually pick up nice and safely. In fact, I believe you can get the sword. I'm probably gonna get myself killed here, let's see. Okay, so you can get a straight sword, but if you go for that shield, he is going to wake up. Now, I know I can't use the straight sword, but if you're looking for a really good early weapon, this is fantastic. Fairly low stat requirements. You do need 10 strength, 10 dexterity, and 14 faith. But you do get physical and magic damage, which, yes, split damage isn't always the greatest, but it can do a lot of damage, especially early on. Now, let's... oh no. I jumped. Now the problem is, of course, the Undead Dragon is awake. By the way, something we're going to notice later. This is an Undead Dragon, almost like a zombie dragon. And if you notice, bottom half is missing. Well, the funny thing is, we actually know where the bottom halves are, and we're gonna see them copy and pasted over and over again in an area that sadly From Software did not get a chance to finish during development, which is absolutely a shame. Now, I can sit here and I can just shoot him with bolts. I have 30 bolts, they do about 90 apiece, and as you can see, he has quite a bit of health. I don't know that this would actually be enough to do it. The other way to do it is, you saw that he just did his little poison breath. When he does that, you wait for it to just start to dissipate, and then you go and you attack his hand, which is more so what I am inclined to do. I prefer doing it from the other side, though. Oh, that's interesting. It's not even appearing on the ground. Uh-oh. That makes it a lot harder to know when I can run. I wonder if that's something with DS Fix. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. All right, tell you what. Let me use the rest of my bolts on him, and we'll see what his health is like, and then I will finish him off the legitimate way, if you will. Okay, looks like that got him down to maybe a fifth of his health, which isn't too bad. Let's use some gold pine resin and get ready to attack his claws. Wow, 218 damage is not bad. And I don't even have to sprint. Uh-oh, watch it. Now, even though it's not showing up for me on the ground, I am definitely under the impression I can still get hit by it. Also, speaking of getting hit, it's been a while since I've hit him, huh? Although, I need to test this. Oh, yep, okay, it is there. It is there. It's just invisible. I wonder if this is an issue with DS Fix that I've never had before. Oh, it's still there. Let's just see if I can finish. There we go. And there we are. Undead Dragon dead. We do get a dragon scale, but we can also loot the Dragon Crest Shield. I believe that has really, really good fire defense, if I'm not mistaken. All the Crest Shields do have a specialty, and yes, 85% fire defense. We will be putting that into practice later on. Well, I actually had no idea I would be dying this often in this episode. Wow. I don't even know what the total count is because I haven't actually kept track, but you will see a summary for it right now on the video. Some of you guys have been complaining that I wasn't dying enough. Well, happy to know that I was able to rectify that for you. But that is it for this episode. I am just going to run back up the staircase here, go up the elevator, and end up in Firelink Shrine, where we will begin our journey from... Ooh, that was almost another one. But we will begin our journey next time, right from Firelink Shrine. Now, at this point, you might think, okay, he's going to go to Sen's Fortress. But, you know what? I don't actually think I'm going to do that. Not yet. Not yet. I have something else in mind before we head to Sen's and we head to Anor Londo. Now, it is not New Londo. We're not doing that just yet, but next time, instead of Sen's Fortress, we're going to be heading underground into the Catacombs. Now, the boss in the Catacombs, Pinwheel, he is a bit of a joke in the Dark Souls community because so many people don't go to him until much later and they are significantly overpowered before they fight him. I want to show you that fight when you aren't significantly overpowered, or at least not as much as you could be. But that is going to do it for this episode of Blue's base level Soulsborne Challenge. Hope you're still enjoying. Thank you so much for watching. Silverina and I, we will see you next time.